YouTube, we have a new box coming to Duel Links in 3 more days. Yes, Arms of Giant. It's a mini box. It's an interesting box. I know a lot of people's initial opinions of this are that it's not going to be the best box ever released, but I think it'll be a bit better than a lot of people are giving it credit for. First off, the chase card of this box, being Giant Hand, is very necessary in a lot of decks. I'm going to call it now that this card is going to rival Malevolence and as the best extra deck generic card in the game. I don't know if it'll be better or just as good, but I don't think it'll be much worse than Malevolence's usage in the game. Its effect is pretty good. So during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field, so not in their hand, it has to be on the field, you can attach 2 materials from this card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls. Doesn't necessarily have to be the monster that's effect activated. And then while this card is face up on the field, that target has its effects negated. And it can't change its battle position either. So that's pretty good. That's like a negate and a floodgate all rolled up into one. Very good card, and it's pretty beefy as well. 2k on a rank 4 is not terrible. It's not the best either. It's smaller than Malevolent Sin, but still pretty good. Then that's it for... that's a pretty standalone card. There's nothing else in the box that's gonna work well with this. I assume we're getting the other hands from Girags or Girag, I don't know how you pronounce the guy's name, from his level up rewards. And then we have Starry Knights coming. New archetype. They're pretty gimmicky, I think, from the few cards that I've read. This is their boss monster, Starry Knight, Starry Dragon. If this card's normal or special summoned from the hand, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. It can't be destroyed by battle with a dark monster or by a dark monster's effects, and once per turn at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster until the end phase, so similar to Malevolence, except that goes to the standby phase. Also, this card can make a second attack in a row. So yeah, you bounce something for the turn and you can attack again. That's pretty good, at least the last part. The first bits are pretty matchup dependent unless you want to commit to playing something like DNA Transplant, make your opponent's monsters dark. It is level 7. I don't know exactly how you are going to be special summoning this from the hand. There is another card in the archetype that summons from the grave. I'll get into that card next, which is the Starry Knight Real. Its first effect is a searcher, so when you normal summon it, you can search for a Starry Knight spell or trap. And then when it is in the grave, you can banish this card, target one Starry Knight monster in your grave, except itself, and special summon it. So that's how you can get out your boss monster, Starry Dragon. It's not going to get summoned from hand effect though, because it's summoning it from the grave. You can only use each effect once per turn, so you can use them both in the same turn if you somehow summon this and get it in the grave. So that's a pretty good card, Real. The spell is Starry Knight Balefire. It adds one Starry Knight monster or a level 7 light dragon monster from your deck to your hand, so pretty good searcher. And then also if your opponent controls no monsters, if you control no monsters, sorry, and your opponent controls a dark monster, you can special summon one light level 7 dragon from your hand. So if your opponent's somehow playing dark monsters, you can summon this from the hand with Starry Knight Balefire. It does require your opponent to be playing a dark deck and have summoned a monster already. I don't know exactly how good Starry Knights are going to be. Their reading, not so great. I don't think I'm going to go in over any of the other Starry Knight cards. I don't know how many more we're getting. Yeah, another monster, another spell and trap. Oh, there's another one. I'm not gonna go through Starry Nights. They don't seem worth it. To me, I definitely think you're not gonna go into this box for Starry Nights. Next up, we've got Infinitrack support. Pretty decent, sizable amount of support for Infinitracks in this box. We've got a rank 9 monster. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as material. You can only use each effect once per turn. Detach any number of materials from this card, then target that many cards on the field, destroy them. So you're going to be detaching 2 to destroy 2, because we don't have a main phase 2 in Duel Links. You can't swing in and then detach 3. And then if this card is in your grave, you can tribute 1 Machine Link monster, special summon this card in defense. So we've got, I don't know how many, I know we've got the Machine Link we got in the last box. I can't remember what his name is, which could be a little synergetic with the Infinitracks. It's pretty generic Earth Link. This card is interesting. I think it'll be a nice boost to Infinitracks. I think their main deck is sorted. They do need a little more power in their extra deck, and this will give it to them. Next up, we've got a rank 5 for the Infinitracks. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card as material, similar to the last Xyz. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Detach 1 material from this card. Take 1 Earth Machine monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. That's very good. That's a very strong effect. Or you can, if this card is in your graveyard, tribute 1 Machine Link, special summon this card in defense position. Also a very similar effect to the previous rank 9. We also have a trap that is support for generic machines. When either player's monster declares an attack and all monsters you control are face-up machine monsters, destroy attack position monsters your opponent controls up to the number of machine monsters you control. So that's a pretty good battle trap. As long as this stays on the field, you could get quite a bit of value out of it if you're playing a machine deck. Power Hold the Moving Battery is a trap monster, it looks like. You can special summon it, then you can equip 1 level 4 machine gadget monster from your hand or deck to this card. If summoned this way, this card gains attack equal to double the attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. So this guy will get pretty big, although actually he starts with only 0 attack. So he'll be double whatever the gadget monster you equip to it is. I don't know how good this will be. Probably not very useful at all. That's about it for the Earth Machine, in quotation marks, support. I'm not going to go over any of the Rs. I'm just going to focus on the SRs and URs. The rest is generic support. Yeah, the rest is support for older decks, and there's one new-ish card. So I'll go over them in order. We've got Firefighting Darumadol. I looked at this card. I'm pretty interested in it. It's a Link 2 that uses Beast Warriors, or Winged Beasts. So this is like a very Tri-Brigade-esque card already. For those of you familiar with Tri-Brigades in the TCG and Master Duel. The Beast Warriors and Winged Beast all get clumped into one deck with that archetype. This card gains 100 attack for each Beast Warrior and Winged Beast monster on the field. Once per turn, you can toggle 1 spell trap on the field, on each field, and destroy them. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target 1 of your Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this can recycle DD Crow. That's a notable Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, that you want in your hand. And this, I believe, is going to be pretty useful in the Beast deck. We've got Obedience Schooled. That card, there's a deck that revolves around that, summoning out a bunch of beasts and making quite a nice board with it. Going into the Fabled Unicorn. I've always enjoyed that deck, so I'll definitely try putting this in that. Next up we have Harpy Conductor, some support for Harpies. I know there's still a few Harpy haters in the community, but I think they deserve this support. They got hit way too hard on the ban list, especially with their skill change. I think they definitely deserve some love. And Harpy Conductor is pretty good for that. Takes 2 wind monsters, it's a link 2. This card's name becomes Harpy Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. And you can use the following effects once per turn. If a Harpy monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one spell trap card you control instead. That's pretty good, some protection for them. If another face-up Harpy monster you control returns to your hand, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So this will be good for any niche scenarios where you have to bounce your own monsters somehow without needing to bounce your opponents. I don't know. This card's mainly going to be used for the first effect, I believe. I don't think we're going to start introducing the strategies of bouncing your own monsters to bounce your opponents. We've got a reprint, Pendulum Reborn. This hasn't seen play up until now, so it's probably not going to until we get a really strong Pendulum strategy. Another generic card, Red-Haired Hasty Horse. Basically, you can summon this card to... You can special summon this card to a place where there is a free column. And if another card is placed in this card's column, you destroy this card. Once per turn, you can halve this card's original attack for the rest of the turn. This card can attack directly. So that's I think that's just going to be mainly used to get your play started. Get some link fodder out on the field. I like that we're getting more column interaction. They're really pushing the column interaction in Duel Links. I like it. And last but not least, we've got the Rank Up Magic Variance Force. This basically, you can tag out one of your Xyz monsters for another one that has like C before its name. Yeah, you target one face-up Xyz monster you control, special summon from your extra deck one number C or C Xyz monster with the same type as that monster you control, but one rank higher, by using it as Xyz material. Then, if possible, detach one Xyz material from a monster you control, your opponent controls, sorry, and attach it to the summon monster as Xyz material. So you can get quite a few Xyz materials on your Chaos Xyz monsters that you rank this up into. And that's going to be it for the box review. I'm not going to go over the R's again. I'm not going to go over the R's and N's again. I'm pretty excited for this. I think definitely Giant Hand's going to be the chase card, and you're going to have to go into this box for that. It's going to be a long time until you can dream ticket this card. And then I think Infinitracks might become pretty good. I see a lot of potential in Infinitracks. Try saying that fast 10 times. In Infinitracks. I don't think Starry Knights are going to do anything, and I'm excited to see what Harpies can do, and yeah, everything else just generically. I like that a lot of decks are getting some support. We can't always have banger boxes, otherwise when are they going to release the not so great cards? I think this box is perfect for where we are in Duel Links' lifespan right now. Alright, that's it. See you guys.